All rise!
Please be seated. Good morning, everybody. May I start by addressing the jury? Jury, today you make the decision on whether the evidence that you're going to hear proves the defendant's guilt. It's also your job to consider the evidence, not the law. If I can, I will attempt to guide you through points of law, though some assistance may be needed. The case we are looking at today is two people prosecuted on the grounds of copyright infringement. May we begin? May I please call defendant A to the stand?
Boo. Boo.
Please hold the Bible in your right hand.
Okay.
Defendant A, do you promise to tell the whole truth, the full truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
So help you God.
So help you God.
May I please call defence lawyer A to the stand? You may begin.
What are you accused of?
Well, I made this website for my own use.
Boo.
For my own use, like iCloud, so I can access music when I'm at university. I'm only on a student loan, so I can't really afford iPhones with 4G or whatever it is.
So you did it for money?
No, I didn't do it for money. I did it for my own use.
Because of shortage of money?
Yes.
Was it meant for other people or just yourself?
Just myself. But I did not know when I was creating it that it was different people.
What do you study at university?
Property management.
So you were unaware of the Digital Economy Act of 2010?
Completely unaware.
We're done, thank you.
Any further questions? You may be seated. May I call the prosecuting lawyer A to the stand?
Oh no. Yeah.
You may begin.
Am I correct in saying you studied property management at Bolton University?
Yes.
Am I also correct that you're a student, you have little money?
That's correct.
And looking at your A-levels, you did ICT at A-level. You didn't pass it, but you still did it.
Don't mean I'm good at it.
Are you telling me that you didn't do this?
Did ICT, but I didn't do very well in it.
No, the crime. You tell me you didn't do it.
I did it, I'll admit I did it, but I didn't know it before people. I thought it was for my own use.
So you didn't go on Wix.com, purchase the domain, which you need no ICT knowledge to do. Step-by-step instructions, anyone can do it. So you didn't pay for the domain, you didn't set this website up, and you didn't share it on Facebook, which we have proof
No,
of.
I didn't pay for it. I haven't got any money.
How can your bank account, your bank statements say you do that? £19.90 for the year.
Don't know what to say to that. No comment.
How come money has been going into your bank from this website?
No comment.
I think we're done here.
Any further questions? You may be seated. May I please call defendant B to the stand?
Boo. Boo.
Defendant B, please hold the Bible in your right hand. Do you swear to tell the whole truth, the full truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
So help you God.
So help me God.
May I please call defence lawyer B to the stand? Boo. Maybe
So, I see that you've been accused of illegally downloading music.
Yep.
Boo. I find that difficult to believe when we have hard evidence that at this very date you were actually in Tesco. The question on my mind is, how has she used a laptop to download this music when you have no laptop on you? Is that true?
That's true.
Well, as far as I'm aware, the case is closed, but I will go on. So the music that they are saying that you've downloaded is also nowhere to be found on your computer.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Well, well, if it's been downloaded illegally, then that would be a crime. But as we've found out today after 2 short questions, that is not the case. So I'm baffled by this. Absolutely baffled by this whole situation here. And our time has been wasted today. So I'm here in front of the court to just say thank you very much for wasting my time. No further questions, thank you.
Sit down, please. May I please call prosecution lawyer B to the stand?
Now, I'd like to comment on the defence's comment about the laptop. According to my knowledge, the files were downloaded onto an iPhone. And the reason I know this is that I actually contacted iTunes, and apparently the person who I forgot to call has linked their phone to their computer and synced it to their account. So, what happens when you sync an account to a computer is that every single file that's on your phone will then link onto your computer through your account. And through that, I have found the files that was on there. I obviously cannot bring it because it's iTunes property, so I can't take it from them, although I have been told of the files. And according to Article 61 of the 1994 Agreement of Trade-Related Aspects of Intellectual Property Rights, the person is to be put under criminal procedures and penalties in cases of willful trademark counterfeiting or copyright piracy on a commercial scale. I'd also like to comment that the defendant's lawyer is very rude, and I'd like to take that into aspect onto the jury's decision. Thank you.
Oh snap!
I would like to call upon 2 victims who have come here today to give us an impact statement. May I please call the first victim impact statement from the record man.
Your Honour, members of the jury,
Filth.
it sometimes doesn't seem like copyright infringement is that big a deal. But when I turn up on Monday and the bigwigs, no offence, from head office and tell me that I'm going to go tell another pair of bloody rugrats that stealing's not okay, it really grinds my gears. Did you know that the music industry suffers losses of over 12.5 billion each year, that 70,000 people lose their jobs, that $2 billion of wages are lost, all because of dirtbags like you? Those are my wages you're stealing. I'm trying to save up for a golden toilet. I rest my case.
You may be seated. May I please call the second victim impact statement?
Not a prime place.
What does music really mean to us all?
Money.
Not to all them, people with souls. It should be free, man. Free!
Shut up.
You know, in other countries such as Canada, Netherlands, Spain and good old Panama,
We're the UK.
it's free. And, you know, as long as they're not sold for like a profit or anything, it's fun. But yeah, how much money do we make on merchandise?
Lots.
Loads, innit? So, Why should we make more on music? I mean, people see it live and everything. Fair enough, that's the experience you're paying for. You're not paying for an experience when you're listening to it through your headphones, are you? No. And BBC found out that 87% even, of internet users felt internet should be the fundamental right of all people. BBC can't be wrong, can they? We pay for the BBC. So, that's all of us really, isn't it? So, in our hearts, we should look to free music, because that's the right thing. It's the right thing. It's about the fans, man. Without the fans, where would the musicians be? Nowhere. Nowhere. It is our love that creates the music. That's my case.
You may be seated. I now wish to let the jury retire to make their decision.
The court will take a short recess while the jury consider their verdict. Can the court please be standing before the jury? The court may be seated.
On the 10th of October 2014, we find defendant A guilty
I object.
of breaching
Well, you can't.
Silence in the court.
the Digital Economy Act of 2010. We feel that it was wrong that you've basically gave people the option of downloading music illegally. The copyright infringement has been breached right here, right now, and we are suggesting, yeah, you got £50,000 fine. And we find it disgusting. We're standing here looking at you right now. What you've done? You've ruined people's lives.
Silence in the court, please.
We find defendant B not guilty.
What?
How is that
Outrage!
Please be seated.
Jog on.
We find defendant B not guilty because I feel it's very unruly that she's been charged with this.
Well, I don't think that's very fair. She downloaded things off our
Silence.
website.
Well, sorry, I feel
So
that
she is just as guilty as I am.
I'm sorry, you created the website, forewellingly knew that you knew about the Digital Economy Act of
Adam, please be
2010,
quiet.
whereas the girl over here might not have. So we're going to give her a class on what not to do, a little bit of a...
So you're telling me when she types on Google,
No,
download
Adam,
free
please.
music?
Excuse me. Sorry, thank you. Yeah, so you will not receive any charge, but only, I think it's 3 hours worth of internet safety classes and a lecture about copyright infringement.
In which we will
And-
download more music.
Pardon?
In which you
So we find A guilty, B not guilty.
So for the rest of the court, please, jury spokesperson, please clarify what these people are being charged of.
Defendant A is charged with the breach of the Copyright Infringement Law Act of 1977 and the breach of the Digital Economy Act of 2010. The sanction will be £50,000 fine. And defendant B is found not guilty and shall be released.
Okay, no further statement.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
So first of all, may I thank the jury for the service you provided today.
Stop it!
So, now we move on to sentencing. Defendant A, I sentence you to a fine of £50,000. And defendant B, all charges have been dropped. Thank you very much, everybody.